We begin tonight with those claims of brutality. Cops seen punching the person they are trying to arrest inside of a store in Brooklyn.
The commissioner of the NYPD calling the video disturbing. Mayor Mamdani also sounding off after these images were released. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles live in Cobble Hill with his message tonight and where the investigation stands at this point. Darla?
Well, Mike, we just heard from the woman who shot the cell phone video that went viral that prompted these investigations. And she said when she was in the store yesterday, first she thought it was so much commotion, she thought it was getting robbed. Secondly, she thought, well, maybe this guy is getting jumped by another person. And when she realized there were two NYPD officers involved, that is when she started rolling on her cell phone camera. She says the whole time during this bloody assault, the man could be overheard saying, "Stop, check my pocket, I'm a security guard, my kids are at home." This is cell phone video of two NYPD narcotics detectives wrangling with an unnamed man in Brooklyn.
The guy, I can hear him say, "Wait, what's going on?" The officers did not say we're NYPD. They didn't say that we're detectives. They didn't tell him you're under arrest, put your hands behind your back. They just started hitting him.
So this thing where they allow officers to throw punches, a bunch of cowards, the New York Punk Department back at it again. Now, I'm not sure of the background of the victim here in this video. I'm not sure of what his ethnicity and or his nationality is. But I thought I would post this because this is a serious thing. NYPD, like many other police departments in the country, like every other police department in the country, are out of control. Let's go.
We overheard on the video yelling at officers as the man crashes into a shelf stacked with wine bottles. The officers continue to throw punches. At one point, kicks the man.
He got cut with those glass bottles.
Now, at that point, if he had picked up a bottle and stabbed the cop with it, would that have been self-defense? Any lawyers out there answer that question? Any cops out there answer that question? Any viewers out there answer that question? He was cleared of all charges, as you will hear in this situation. So at this point, he's being assaulted.
Dragged him in glass. They dragged him in the glass.
It happened Tuesday afternoon around 4 p.m. at this liquor store near the intersection of Baltic and Hoyt Streets in Cobble Hill, Brooklyn.
I'm so mad at myself that I didn't throw my body against him to protect this man, you know?
The NYPD says the two undercover detectives had just witnessed a narcotics purchase, and the man in the turquoise hat and shorts fit the description of a suspect.
I feel like everybody saw police beating a man like it was a video from the 1950s and the
Now, keep in mind that NYPD lies constantly. I doubt they witnessed any narcotics transaction. I doubt that he even fit the description. This is probably maybe some type of an initiation for a police gang. Possibly. Let's keep going.
1960s. In 2026, these police officers are supposed to be under control.
We are calling on District Attorney Eric Gonzalez to file charges the same way he would.
District Attorney Eric Gonzalez, let that sink in. Got too many off-brand immigrants in places of power in this country. That's a problem.
This black man on the corner or that Spanish man on the corner.
Mayor Mamdani.
Okay, that's where they lose me, when they start advocating for the Spanish or the Latino. Let's not do that. I'm not sure, again, what the ethnicity of the guy in the video was or what his nationality was, if he's FBA or not, but that'll come out. If he's not, he can hold his own, but this is still worth talking about because of the seriousness of the situation. This whole thing where they allow them to throw punches now, just stealing on somebody for no reason.
Addressing the incident, posting, "The violence used by NYPD officers in this video is extremely disturbing and unacceptable. Officers should never treat a person this way. The NYPD is conducting a full investigation into this incident."
This matter is under internal review by our Internal Affairs Bureau, and we'll have more to say about it as that investigation unfolds. But I understand the community interest in it because it is an upsetting video.
That is laughable. NYPD investigating NYPD. Next, they'll have some fake-ass grand jury, and it'll be Eric Garner all over again. Speaking of Eric Garner, that's why things like this still persist and still exist. Why? Because of the New York politicians' failure to put forth a hate crime protective bill for foundational Black Americans and in general to prosecute cops that assault anybody of any background. There is no deterrent when it comes to the New York Pig Punk Department or any other department in this country for that matter. Although things have changed a little bit in the last 10 to 15 years, 10 to 20 years because of political action in New York, they still feel like they can get away with it because they are getting away with it. They're on modified duty. Shouldn't they be arrested, handcuffed, and been charged with a crime by now? That's clearly an assault on that video. But we're going to keep going.
Now, the Detectives Endowment Association issued a statement saying everyone should not rush to judgment and wait for the facts before issuing some type of judgment on the situation. The two officers involved in this video, they are on modified duty, and as for the man, he was cleared of all charges, cleared of suspicion of drug possession and any other charges. Reporting live in Cobble Hill, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, so if he was cleared of any charges or drug possession, that means they got it wrong. That's a crime. But the political machine is so weak in New York, and it'll be funny. It'll be interesting to see what Mayor Zoran Mamdani, Zoran, my wife uses the N-word on social media, Mamdani, to see what he will do. Probably nothing. But again, I'm interested to see what this guy's background is. Now, something that should be discussed that I discussed in another video. The fact that we allow drugs to be a doorway to complete and total dehumanization and violations of human rights is an indictment on the people. People that sell or use drugs, it should not be a green light to treat them any old way. This is why you keep seeing things like this time and time again. There are no politicians that are coming out talking about at least mitigating the allowed response to drug usage or drug dealing. In this case, in particular, drug dealing. Most people don't want to have that conversation, but a white supremacist, like the two in that video allegedly, are always looking for an in. Like I said, I doubt there was any transaction. I doubt they witnessed a damn thing. This is probably, let's go out and find somebody and attack them. You see, NYPD is made up of a bunch of cowards that most of them don't even live in the city. I should say a lot. I don't know what the percentage of, but a lot of them don't even live in the city. A lot of them lie about their address. They live out in Jersey somewhere or Connecticut or something like that. And they come and they work in the city. A bunch of sheltered cornballs that have no experience with real life in the city. So they come and they attack. And they hate. And they target those with melanin. So as I said, it'll be interesting to see what this guy's background is or where this goes. I mean, I would love to know. Again, the young lady in the video seemed very passionate, and that's good. But I would urge them to not do the Black and Spanish thing. The Spanish do not speak for us. Is this man FBA? I don't know. I get non-FBA vibes. But no matter what background he is, NYPD should be held accountable for this. In the form of arrests. Now, they got a little act right since the city got burned down in 2020 and cops are getting ran over and hit in the head with hatchets and things like that. And you best believe one of the dirty little piglets that listen to my channel that stalk me are getting their little panties in a bunch right now. Hey, middle finger to all of you. These things right here can only be stopped again if there are strong deterrents. Meaning legally. Convictions and long sentences for little piglets that get out of their pen. But I see these things and the manner in which they are applicated in New York screams of initiations, screams of white supremacist gangs. These dudes, they look either Italian or white Latino or just straight up white scum and more scum when it comes to the supremacist factions of those said communities. But do people have the strength to allow themselves to look at people that have drug issues, whether they are using or selling, to be treated with the utmost respect like any other human being? Someone selling drugs should not be grounds to do this to them. Let's be very real about this. The way that the law is enforced is through brutality and through breaking the law. What law? Human law. At least that's the way that the Neanderthal sees it. If there were a section of town where people could get high and people could sell get high to those that get high, would that be better? I'm not saying that chemicals are good for society, because they are not. They decay the society and rot the society from within. But it depends on what kind of chemicals that you are selling. Or shall I say, who is selling the drugs? Because they allow doctors, ain't shit doctors, that are killing black women in hospitals and not giving them anesthesia properly or in a timely fashion when they are in pain, as we've seen with the pregnancy videos in the last year. I did a video on the forced cesarean sections against black women as of late, or as of always. So no, we don't trust doctors either, especially when they are white supremacist doctors. But the two men in this video, for an excuse of selling drugs, to start throwing punches while a man is subdued, while a man is not even in a capacity to punch. And also, this guy was cleared of all charges, so therefore you attacked an innocent man, meaning he had a right to resist. The woman said they did not identify themselves, because in New York City there is a green light against people that are melanated. And that green light can only be turned red by the politicians. But when you have a piece of shit bitch like Kathy Hochul, well, that's going to be hard to do. So proud of foundational black Americans in New York with the political pressure being applied. Keep up the good work. Put piglets like this back in the pen where they belong. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you think. What is the solution for these problems? I am wrong.